The clock read 3 in the morning, but time had lost all meaning. All that mattered was the cold concrete floor beneath my back, hard, unforgiving, like the world itself. I stared into darkness, a sliver of light under the door reminding me life was moving on without me. I was alone, not just in the room, but in my head, suffocating under the weight of my own failure. Every breath was heavy, every thought a replay of mistakes and missed chances. I had given everything, and it still wasn't enough. The silence was deafening, filled with the sound of broken promises to myself. This is rock bottom, I thought. People talk about it, but you never understand until you're there, where hope doesn't live, where the fight is gone. You don't even have the energy to cry. You just lay there, numb, accepting the cold, the darkness, the defeat. It's dangerous because it's comfortable. The struggle is over, replaced by quiet surrender. But somewhere inside, a tiny spark refused to die. It was stubborn, whispering that this floor wasn't my destiny. The darkness was lying to me. I didn't know how I'd get up or if I even could. But I knew one thing. I couldn't stay on this floor. This couldn't be the end of my story. This cold, hard place was just a moment, not my whole life. I had to move, even if it was just a crawl. The world outside that door didn't care, but I had to care for myself. I had to believe there was more than this. I had to find a reason to get up, even if I didn't know what it was yet. The floor was not my home. The darkness was not my truth. I was not finished. I was still breathing, and as long as I was breathing, I could fight. I could change. I could rise. This was not the end. It was the beginning of my comeback. Failure has a sound. A teacher handing back a test with a big red F, the silence after bad news, the final buzzer when you lose. These sounds became my life's soundtrack. In school, I struggled, always working twice as hard just to keep up. I watched others coast by, feeling like I was missing something everyone else had. Athletics was supposed to be my escape, but on game day, I choked. The disappointment from my coach, the groans from the crowd, the looks from my teammates, they cut deep. I wasn't just losing games. I was losing my identity. At home, the arguments and misunderstandings made me feel like I was letting down the people who mattered most. Every mistake felt like a betrayal. Every setback, another brick in the wall I was building around myself. All these failures blended together, creating a story in my head. I wasn't good enough, not smart enough, not talented enough, not strong enough. That story played on a loop, whispering when I woke up, screaming when I tried to sleep. Failure stopped being something that happened to me. It became who I was. It was a label I wore, a heavy coat I couldn't take off. Each failure isolated me further from my own potential. I started to believe the story. I started to accept it. But deep down, I knew it wasn't the whole truth. I just needed to find a way to break the loop. When failure echoes long enough, another voice appears, a whisper, just quit. It comes when you're tired, in pain, alone on that cold floor. It says, why keep fighting a battle you can't win? Let it go. The temptation to quit is powerful. It promises relief from struggle, embarrassment, and disappointment. If you quit, you can't fail anymore. You can't lose if you don't play. Quitting presents itself as a solution, a way out of pain. It tells you that accepting defeat is peace. It's a lie, but it's convincing when you're at your lowest. I listened to that whisper. I imagined what it would be like to just let go. No more early mornings, no more late nights, no more pushing myself only to fall short. The world tells you to be realistic, to know your limits. That whisper disguises itself as realism. You've given it your all. It's okay to stop, but the person who will blame you most is yourself. That whisper only has power if you let it be the only voice in the room. It preys on your exhaustion and doubt, making you forget why you started. It wants you to believe the pain of the process is worse than the pain of regret. But the easy way out never leads to a place you want to be. The easy path leads to a life of regret. And the pain of regret is 1,000 times worse than the pain of the struggle. I realized I had a choice. Listen to the whisper, or fight back. I chose to fight. I chose to remember why I started. I chose to silence the whisper with action. The struggle was hard, but quitting would haunt me forever. I wasn't ready to live with that. I had to keep going. I had to find my voice. In the darkness, a different memory surfaced, a little kid learning to ride a bike. He fell, scraped his knee, cried, but got back up. He didn't know about quitting, he just wanted to ride. That kid was me. I had forgotten him, forgotten that courage and resilience. As a child, failure was just part of learning, A scraped knee wasn't a sign of lifelong failure. It was just a scraped knee. You cried, wiped the tears, and tried again. The desire to ride was stronger than the pain of falling. When did we lose that? When did fear of falling stop us from getting back on the bike? My childhood was a series of trials and errors, fueled by fearless persistence. There was no voice whispering quit, only try again. That little kid inside me was a fighter, a champion of resilience. He was still there, buried under years of doubt. That realization was a turning point, a light in the darkness. My problem wasn't failure, it was forgetting how to get up. Every winner I admired had a story full of falls and bruises. They didn't let the falls be the end. They remembered the kid inside who wanted to ride more than anything. I needed to reconnect with that kid. I needed to remember my original why. I needed to get back up no matter how many times I fell. The fight wasn't over, it was just beginning. Pain is powerful. We try to avoid it, but what if pain is a teacher? When you're at your lowest, you have a choice. Let pain break you or let it build you. Every person who's achieved greatness has a story of pain and struggle. The pain is part of the process. It's the fire that forges steel. Without the heat, the metal stays weak. Without pressure, carbon never becomes a diamond. We want the shine without the pressure, but it doesn't work that way. The struggle gives victory its meaning. The pain you endure makes you worthy of the prize. I started to see my failures differently. Each setback was a lesson, a chisel sculpting me into someone stronger. This shift in perspective changed everything. I stopped running from pain and started learning from it. The process became the point. The grind became the gift. The journey through the valley prepared me for the mountaintop. Transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's a daily choice. It's the choice to see the lesson in the loss, to find opportunity in the obstacle, to let pain push you, not paralyze you. That's how you rise. A diamond is just a piece of charcoal that handled stress well. The most beautiful stone starts as simple carbon. Pressure makes the difference. Our potential is like that charcoal, raw, hidden, waiting for transformation. The pressures of life, failures, heartbreaks, challenges, turn us into something brilliant. We want to be diamonds, but we don't want the pressure. Growth only happens in discomfort. Your character, your will, they're muscles. They must be torn down by struggle to be built up stronger. Stop seeing pressure as a threat. See it as opportunity. When life turns up the heat, tell yourself, it's diamond time. The great perform when everything is going wrong. They use pressure as fuel. So when you feel the pressure mounting, don't run. Stand firm. This is your moment of transformation. Every challenge is the pressure that's forming you. Embrace it. Endure it. Let it do its work. On the other side is a version of you that's stronger, brighter, more resilient. A diamond. Don't fear the pressure, welcome it. It's shaping you for greatness. The world needs your shine. Let the pressure make you unbreakable. The comeback doesn't happen in the spotlight. It happens in the dark, at 4 a.m. in the empty gym, in the quiet library. The transformation is a lonely, relentless grind. It's you against you. Discipline against doubt, commitment against comfort. I got off that cold floor not with a leap, but a slow crawl. I started small, made my bed, went for a walk, opened a book. I broke down big goals into tiny steps. The victory was in the consistency. There were days I wanted to quit again, but I remembered the kid who got back on the bike. I put up pictures of my goals, wrote down my reasons, surrounded myself with reminders. I fought for my focus every day. Slowly, things changed. Grades improved, my shot fell, relationships healed. It wasn't magic, it was the grind. The world sees the trophy, the diploma, the success. They don't see the struggle. But you know, the victory was won in the dark, one disciplined step at a time. The grind is where champions are made. The dark is where you find your strength. Keep going, even when no one is watching. That's where the real transformation happens. The grind is the gift. Embrace it. I'm talking to you, the one on the cold floor surrounded by darkness, listening to the whisper to quit. Your story isn't over. This is just the middle. Heroes get knocked down, but what makes them heroes is they get back up, every single time. You have to decide, stay down or rise. No one is coming to save you. There's no magic pill, no easy button. There's only you, your will, your fight. You have to be your own rescue, your own motivation. Look pain and failure in the eye and say, you will not defeat me. Fight for your dream, your family, the kid inside you who didn't know how to quit. The fight is every day, in the small choices, in the hard moments. Win the small fights, and you'll win the big one. So get up, right now. I don't care how tired you are, how much it hurts, how many times you've been knocked down. Get up. Your future self is begging you. Your destiny is waiting, but it won't come to you on the floor. Rise up and go get it. The world needs your gift, your story. Don't rob the world of your potential because you were too tired to fight. Get up and show yourself what you're made of. This is your moment. Don't let it pass. Get up and fight. Let me leave you with this. Pain is temporary. It may last a minute, an hour, a day, or a year, but it will subside. If you push through, what replaces pain is growth, strength, victory. The pain of the workout is temporary. The strength you build is yours to keep. The pain of studying is temporary. The knowledge lasts a lifetime. The pain of struggle is temporary. The character you forge is permanent, but quitting lasts forever. The moment you quit, regret begins to grow, and it doesn't go away. It lingers, haunts you, asks, what if? Quitting is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. You'll have to live with the fact that you gave up on yourself. When faced with the choice, weigh your options, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Discipline is hard, but it has an expiration date. Regret is easy at first, but it lasts a lifetime. Which pain will you choose? You are stronger than you think. Don't let a temporary feeling make a permanent decision. Embrace the pain, grow through it. On the other side is everything you've ever wanted. Don't quit. Ever.